Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this meeting of the Senate Committee on Education. I am Senator Angie Taylor, and I have the honor of leading us through this meeting, and we'll start with roll call. Madam Secretary.
Senator Buck. Here. Senator Cruz Crawford. Here. Senator Dunyate. Here. Senator Dondero Loop. Here. Senator Rogish. Senator Titus. Chair Taylor.
I am present, and we will begin with opening the hearing for Senate Bill 403. This bill revises provisions relating to education, and our Vice Chair, Senator Dondero Loop, will present this bill. And if there are others, anyone in Las Vegas, please come forward, or if there are others, Senator, just call them forward as you need to. Looks like there's someone on Zoom as well. Okay. Thank you, Senator. Go ahead and begin when you're ready.
Thank you very much, Chair Taylor and committee members. For the record, I am Marilyn Dondero Loop, representing Senate District 8, and I'm here today to present Senate Bill 403 for your consideration. This measure is a partial result of the work that the Nevada Commission on Innovation and Excellence completed after the passage of Senate Bill 425 of the 2023 legislative session. Pardon me. The body of the work accomplished is extensive, with more work to be done because of budget constraints and the need to begin the process of setting up the building blocks for change. This bill includes at least one major component from each set of recommendations as brought forth by the working groups of the Commission. Senate Bill 403 seeks to hold schools and districts accountable by properly measuring their progress and success, and aims to modernize Nevada's education system by enhancing career exploration opportunities and strengthening competency-based learning. Improving Nevada's education system is crucial to preparing students for the future of Nevada's economy and its rapidly evolving with industries such as technology, advanced manufacturing, and healthcare, requiring a workforce with specialized skills and adaptable learning experiences. However, our current education system is still largely based on the traditional model that prioritizes seat time over the masteries of skills. This approach does not always accommodate students' diverse learning styles of career aspirations, nor does it fully align with the demands of the 21st century economy. By exposing students to diverse career paths and updating the system of learning, we can better align education with their interests and better prepare them for the workforce of today and tomorrow. It is also equally important that we track the progress of our students, schools, and districts to improve our education system. In summary, Senate Bill 403 introduces several key provisions designed to enhance educational outcomes in Nevada. It creates the subcommittee on metrics under the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education. This subcommittee will be responsible for developing metrics schools and districts can use to assess performance, and metrics developed by the Subcommittee for Learning Outcomes must be based on growth and include metrics of holistic factors such as civic engagement and the well-being of students. The bill also strengthens career exploration by requiring students in grades 6 through 8 to receive occupational guidance and counseling, and requiring Nevada's Department of Education to post on its website career exploration resources for students. It also directs the Board of Economic Development to make recommendations regarding incentives for businesses to provide career exploration opportunities and technologies that facilitate career exploration for students. Furthermore, the bill allows the Office of Economic Development to require businesses seeking certain tax incentives to offer career exploration experiences for our students. Lastly, the bill revises certain provisions relating to competency-based learning by allowing NDE to establish a timeline and action plan for implementing competency-based learning as an alternative to traditional credit hour requirements. Schools participating in competency-based learning pilot programs may also apply to the state superintendent for alternative scheduling and enrollment counting methods to better align with this system of instruction. We have also prepared an amendment for this bill, and I will summarize it here. The commission is to be reauthorized to continue their work through 2027. The deans or their designees of the College of Education for UNLV, UNR, and Nevada State University are to be added to the list of commission members. The language has been updated to clarify and reflect NDE's role in technical support of the commission's work. In addition, it has been aligned to reflect the current status of competency-based learning, professional development, and to provide standardized CTE and business industry language. And the full-time position reflected in the original bill is reduced to part-time or half-time. In closing, Senate Bill 403 presents a strategic effort to modernize Nevada's educational system, ensuring our students are well prepared for the future. And at this time, I have on Zoom, I would like to turn the microphone over to Mr. Nathan Driscoll and Ms. Janice Case, both from the National Center on Education and the Economy, for their remarks. And when they finish, we will answer questions that you may have. Thank you very much. And Mr. Driscoll, are you going to go first, or is Ms. Case? Okay, thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair Taylor. Thank you, Senator Dondero Loop, and committee members. For the record, my name is Nathan Driscoll. I'm Chief Policy Officer at the National Center on Education and the Economy. And as a consultant who has staffed the commission and been privileged to work alongside Nevada's educators, policymakers, parents, and youth for the last 12 months, I hope to be able to explain some of the history and rationale for the commission's recommendations today. In addition, as someone who also works across a dozen states as well as at the national level, I also can discuss how SB 403 draws on what other states are doing and even innovates and improves on their practices to position Nevada as a leader. In review, this legislature established the commission via SB 425 because it affirmed that, as Senator Dondero Loop just noted, the modern workforce is changing and Nevada's education system must evolve in turn. As part of the commission's work, commissioners have found many examples of where Nevada's schools, educators, and youth are excelling and thriving. And at the same time, they have also found examples of how Nevada's education system can and should modernize, innovate, and improve in order to enable students to compete in a rapidly changing job market and better succeed in careers that have transformed. The commission considered many examples from within Nevada, as well as from other states and jurisdictions, of how education can serve students, educators, families, businesses, and taxpayers more effectively. To that end, the Commission's recommendations lay out a policy framework for a more competitive and innovative Nevada education system through 4 big policy recommendations: advancing personalized competency-based learning, fostering teacher professional work environments, bolstering career pathways and work-based learning opportunities for youth, and building a new performance dashboard with metrics that measure what matters for educators, taxpayers, businesses, and communities. Each of these big 4 has a number of detailed policy recommendations nested within it. All are evidence-based and derived from the Commission's study of how leading and innovative states and systems are fostering career and life readiness in youth. As Senator Dondero Loop described, SB 403 focuses on the essential building blocks within each of these big 4. More specifically, SB 403 facilitates the transition to more personalized competency-based learning by enabling greater flexibility where appropriate to better align with competency-based approaches. The bill gives educators and school leaders greater support and professional learning to be effective within competency-based environments, Would note here that recent research from Education Week shows that the quality of professional learning and the capacity and consistency of school leadership are highly effective levers for improving teacher morale and retention. And would note from personal experience, speaking with Nevada's educators who have sat on the commission and informed its work, that many of them have strongly backed up that finding from personal experience. SB 403 also incentivizes more businesses to participate in work-based learning opportunities or contribute career and technical education instructors, as well as creates a portal and website to showcase work-based learning opportunities for youth. These are common sense, high leverage practices in many states, including Washington State, South Dakota, Montana, Colorado. They are so crucial because so many students thrive in work-based learning environments. And recent research from ASA has shown just how strongly work-based learning can help learning to feel more relevant and combat truancy and disengagement. 79% of American students express interest in career-connected learning and work-based learning. Only 34% are aware of how to access those experiences, and Nevada can get out ahead of this troubling trend. Lastly, SB 403 reauthorizes the commission to develop future-ready metrics so that Nevada's taxpayers, families, educators, and policymakers continue to have faith that education is successfully preparing students for today and tomorrow. This would position the state alongside leading states like Indiana and Utah that have supplemented and augmented their accountability dashboards with more future forward metrics. In closing, I know that you as policymakers feel a deep responsibility to taxpayers to invest in what will have ROI long-term. Want to affirm that the policy shifts outlined in the Commission's recommendations and here are evidence-based and built on leading-edge practices in other states. All are potentially high leverage investments that may have significant returns for long-term prosperity. Thank you all for your time and commitment to Nevada, and I will turn it over to my colleague Janice for brief remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Chair Taylor, Senator Dondero Loop, and members, of course, of the Senate Committee on Education. For the record, I am Janice Case, the Regional Director West for the National Center on Education and the Economy. It has been an honor, alongside my colleague Nathan Driscoll, to facilitate the learning and analysis undertaken by the Commission. As a former special education teacher and middle and high school principal, and as a parent of 6 children myself, I strive to bring the practitioner's lens to complement the lenses of policy, research, and business. I have valued learning deeply about the context of Nevada from Nevadans who live and thrive all across your state. The commissioners are bipartisan. They are young people, educators, policymakers, business leaders, parents, and community leaders. Our commissioners have also engaged more Nevadans by inviting additional students and educators and higher education into the conversations and have been intentional about seeking out additional expertise when needed throughout the process. Commissioners are involved firsthand with the Nevada Portrait of a Learner, and many have direct connections to the Nevada Future of Learning Network. Our superintendent representative, Dr. Adam Young, brings the voice of superintendents across the state via his role as the president of the Nevada Association of School Superintendents. Commissioner Paul Johnson played an active role on the Commission for School Funding and was intentional about bringing the outcomes from that work to our thinking. Nevada Youth Legislature Representative Sebastian Rios used his knowledge of the current education context and his lens as a student to ensure the adults consistently and constantly kept the student experience at the forefront of their thinking. These are just a few examples of how deeply integrated into the current system of education these representatives are, and the extent to which they are able to braid their understanding of that context with the new learning they have undertaken. This braiding reflects then what is possible in Nevada, and it reveals what is needed with respect to an enabling policy framework that allows innovations to flourish and systematize in the service of all learners. All of this is at the core of their recommendations, which reflect a bipartisan commitment to designing a system of education in Nevada that could become a model of high performance alongside other high performers across the globe. Thank you.
And thank you very much. Chair Taylor, that concludes our testimony for now. We stand for questions.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. I'm going to open it up to members for any questions on Senate Bill 403. Senator Titus?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And no questions really, more of a comment. I just appreciate the senator bringing this forward. We worked really hard. She worked really hard on this, and many of us did many meetings in Southern Nevada, Zoom meetings, and I just want to compliment her for her dedication, bringing this forward and putting something that we need to do in the state of Nevada and recognizing there needs to be change. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator Titus. Other questions or comments from members? Then, Vice Chair, what I would say is I'd certainly echo the comments of my colleague, Senator Titus, and really appreciate the help of Mr. Driscoll and Ms. Case working through this. And the bold step in this is being willing to take the step out and say, you know what, we should probably do education differently. So we put in different inputs so we can get better outcomes. And that's really, I think, what all of us want to do is get better outcomes. So taking this kind of broad look, it's bold. So thank you for your leadership last session and even putting the commission together. And look forward to some of those strong recommendations that will come out. Thank you, Vice Chair.
Thank you very much, and thank you both for your comments. This couldn't have been done without our teachers, who are most important, that we do what we know they are qualified to do, and also the team, Mr. Driscoll, Ms. Case, and of course our very own former Senator Joyce Woodhouse, who has been instrumental in making sure that the Commission on Funding and this all saw each other and heard from each other, and we worked together. So I appreciate your time hearing the bill, and with that, if you don't have any questions, I'll step back.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dondero Loop. And now we will open it up for any comments or any voices in support of Senate Bill 403. Please come forward here in Carson City or in Las Vegas. If there's anyone there for support, please come forward at this time. And we will have, we'll have 2 minutes to please state your name for the record.
I will. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I am Sarah Adler with Silver State Government Relations, and today happy to represent the Charter Coalition of Northern Nevada Independent Charter Schools. And these schools are excited about this bill brought by Senator Dondero Loop because it recognizes a great deal of what charters, especially these long-standing independent charters, are accomplishing for their students, is being able to bring out of their students their skills, their feelings of success, their looks to the future, but not really being able to be recognized for that under our current measurement system. So what is proposed here in the subcommittee on metrics is really exciting, as are the other portions of the bill. I think as our whole economy moves forward into an economy rich with AI, it's going to be really important to help our students see themselves in workplaces in the future, and I think this bill will really help. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Adler. Please go ahead. And if there's anyone else, please come forward. We have 3 chairs, so please keep them filled up. Go ahead.
Thank you, and good afternoon, Chair Taylor and members of the committee. For the record, Trevor Parrish with the Vegas Chamber. The Chamber is in support of SB 403, as this bill provides additional oversight and accountability for our state's school districts. This new commission will spend its time intensely studying our education system, focusing on student and school outcomes, and will make recommendations to enhance effectiveness. The efforts outlined in SB 403 are important steps to ensure that our students and future workforce will receive the necessary tools that they need to be successful in the classroom. The Chamber thanks the bill sponsor for bringing this forward, and we thank the committee for your time in support of SB 403. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parrish. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Alejandro Rodriguez, Nevada System of Higher Education. And she is in support of SB 403 and welcomes the inclusion of our colleges of education deans on the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education. Their expertise strengthens alignment between K-12 and higher education and building our future workforce. We'd like to thank Senator Dondero Loop for her leadership on this issue, and we urge your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor, members of the committee. I'm Anthony Curry, Director of Advocacy and Public Policy for Opportunity 180. Opportunity 180 is here to testify in support of SB 403. Opportunity 180 is a nonprofit organization working towards a North Star of every kid graduating high school, college, and career ready, prepared to live the life they dream. Our 10-year strategic framework builds towards a goal of 100,000 more kids having access to high-quality education in their neighborhood, no matter where they live. We appreciate the work of the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education during the interim period and the engagement we were able to have with the commissioners throughout their research. As a state, we have data that shows us at a starting point on where kids are right now, akin to the blue dot in our GPS apps as we set out for our destination. Each of us plays a role in navigating Nevada's road to educational success as we seek a common destination for greater student achievement, sometimes through different routes, but all leading towards the same place. Innovations from the Commission can help us chart a course for every kid to have an education that meets their needs. Following our GPS analogy, the opportunities provided to schools and districts as outlined in SB 403 to pilot schedules and competency-based lessons will create new routes for educators to explore different ways to meet the needs of students. Innovations in learning delivery, like those outlined here, combined with high-quality evidence-based instructional materials, and a clear set of metrics to ensure students are prepared for college and career will help to spur the education ecosystem that our children deserve, giving us more routes and opportunities to chart a solid, data-driven, student-focused path for the future. With that, we support SB 403. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Please go ahead.
Susan Keema, Keema. I am the Executive Director for the Nevada Association of School Superintendents, and we support SB 403. The Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education has been meeting for months to learn about how best to move Nevada toward a learner-centered, future-ready education system and made a number of detailed recommendations. While this bill addresses a few of them, NAS desires that the work of this commission continue into the future so that districts and schools have the conditions necessary to personalize learning for each and every student. The Subcommittee on Metrics, which it does already exist within the CIEE, must align its work with the overall overhaul of the Nevada system, Nevada School Performance Framework, which we understand is provisioned in the executive budget. These two endeavors must take place concurrently and ideally should be the same process. With that, we'd like to thank Senator Dondero Loop and those members of the committee. We support SB 403. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Keema. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor and esteemed committee members. My name is Melinda Remersma. I am from Winnemucca. I had the honor of being one of the teachers serving on the commission. In 2015, I earned my master's degree in educational technology, and I have had a deep passion for transforming how our students learn in today's rapidly evolving society. Within the commission, I was fortunate to be assigned to the Proficiency-Based Learning Subcommittee, where we focused on the practical aspects of implementing this innovative approach and how it would impact students, teachers, and administrators. This experience has only deepened my commitment to enhancing educational practices that truly serve our students' needs in today's world. I can't even begin to tell you how many times over the years I've heard people who are not even in education are the ones making the decisions. As a teacher, that has often been felt as a frustration. However, this commission is one I am very truly proud to be a part of because it genuinely considers all aspects of our state's education system. What sets this commission apart is its representation of current and past educators, administrators, school board members, and higher education professionals. This diverse group ensures that the perspectives and expertise of those who are directly involved in education at every level are deeply integrated into the decision-making process, providing a well-rounded and informed approach to addressing the challenges and opportunities a new system could potentially bring forth. Senator Dondero Loop brings a unique and forward-thinking vision to the future of education, one that seeks to adapt and evolve in response to the changing needs of our students and our communities. With that in mind, I ask that you support AB 403 to ensure the continuation of this critical initiative, which is vital to shaping the future of our education system. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Nicole Rourke, also here as a commission member and proud to support this work. This is a result of some very robust discussions, as you already heard by the committee, and it brings together competency-based learning, work-based learning, as well as increased accountability. And so we really feel like this is a step forward in modernizing our education system. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rourke. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor and members of the Senate Education Committee. My name is Mariluz Garcia. I'm the Executive Director of the Dean's Future Scholars Program at the University of Nevada, Reno, and I'm also a Washoe County Commissioner, but today I come before you as a member of the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education. I was appointed to the statewide commission by NACO, and I've served as the chair of the Next Generation Career Pathways Subcommittee. I've worked in the field of education for 27 years as a teacher's aide, substitute teacher, classroom teacher, school counselor, and nonprofit leader. So I've seen the evolution of education firsthand. Back in the day, I was a student in Elko County thinking I was pretty cool playing Oregon Trail in my computer class, but I can tell you that students today, K-12 learners, are way cooler with their tech savviness, adaptability, multitasking, and self-directed learning. Modernizing our educational system is why I'm here to support Senate Bill 403. Our commission was hard at work last year and regularly brought together more than 20 of us, representing a lot of different sectors. And we learned from each other by studying high-performing educational systems throughout the U.S. and the world. We identified gaps and opportunities and priorities for Nevada. Ultimately, we drafted policy priorities on where we would like to go. I offer strong support for our subcommittee's recommendation to provide career exploration resources to students in grades 6 through 8, and for the incentives that would encourage businesses to increase work-based learning and apprenticeship opportunities. In closing, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you all for your service. I know it's a big sacrifice being away from your family and friends, and so with that, my deepest appreciation and thank you for supporting education in Nevada.
Thank you. I'll call you Commissioner because that's a couple of different hats. Garcia, thank you so much. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Sherry Spencer, and I proudly represent the rural community of Lincoln County, Nevada. I serve as president of the Lincoln County Educators Association and currently the chair for the Task Force for Teacher and Support Staff Recruitment and Retention. As a teacher at CO Bastion High School, a correctional facility serving students ages 12 to 18, I witnessed the urgency of our situation. These young people who have faced serious challenges are working hard to turn their lives around. They rely on education as a second chance, often their only chance, to build a better future. When funding is cut, it doesn't just reduce resources, it directly impacts the students who are already underserved and overlooked. The weight of these cuts weighs heavy on their shoulders. Every dollar lost is an opportunity lost for students who can't afford to lose another opportunity. This bill is a beacon of hope for Nevada's education system by creating a subcommittee on metrics where we are ensuring we have the data to make smart, student-centered decisions. More importantly, SB 403 expands access to career and technical education, a critical pathway for students not planning to attend college. Not every student's future looks the same. Some are ready to step into trades, technical careers, or local industries right after high school, but they need the proper training and resources to get there. SB 403 gives those students real opportunities to graduate with the skills, certifications, and confidence to succeed in the workforce. This is about preparing all of Nevada's students for real success, no matter their path. I implore you to back SB 403 and invest in more comprehensive career-focused education system. Together we can ensure that all of Nevada's students are equipped for success regardless of their chosen pathway. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Spencer. Please go ahead. Whoever's next. Okay, go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor and committee members. For the record, my name is Ryan McInerney on behalf of Nevada State University, and we are in support of SB 403. This bill aligns with Nevada State University's mission to foster excellence in teaching and provide innovative, technology-rich learning opportunities that promote interdisciplinary knowledge and skills. By establishing metrics to measure the progress and success of pupils, schools, and school districts, SB 403 will ensure that our educational system remains accountable and continuously improves. This initiative is crucial for preparing our students for successful careers and enhancing their quality of life. Additionally, I would like to express my appreciation to Senator Dondero Loop for including our education dean in the membership of the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education. Today, Nevada State is producing more teachers than ever before, about 80 just last year, and we have nearly 800 education students enrolled this spring. Including Nevada State on this important committee recognizes the expertise and dedication of our faculty and underscores the collaborative effort needed to achieve educational excellence in our state. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor and members of the committee. My name is Grace Michelson. I'm a legal extern with Ferrari Reader Public Affairs here on behalf of Transfer. Transfer offers workforce development and career exploration solutions through virtual reality technologies. Our technology is used in Nevada and across the country. We believe that every learner should have the opportunity to explore careers that offer upward mobility, steady wages, and gainful employment, and we believe SB 403 helps provide those opportunities. We encourage your support of SB 403. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Michelson. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Brad Keating for the record, representing the Clark County School District. I will go with the ditto so that we can shorten our testimony today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Keeney. You get a gold star for the day. Anyone else here in Carson City would like to testify in support of Senate Bill 403? Seeing none in Las Vegas, I see a couple of people there. Please go ahead and make sure you state your name for the record and spell your last name, please, sir.
Kenneth Varner, V-A-R-N-E-R. For the record, Chair Taylor and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm here on behalf of UNLV and the UNLV College of Education, where rebels make it happen. I serve as Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Initiatives, where we are proud to be at the forefront of reimagining education in Nevada across the spectrum, centered in a commitment to workforce development and competency-based approaches as outlined in this bill. We enthusiastically support SB 403 and its proposed amendment, as it represents a bold step towards transforming how we define and deliver learning. By embracing personalized competency-based systems, we are not just creating more flexible pathways for students, we're building schools that truly reflect the future of learning while leaning into a next generation approach that centers learners of today and tomorrow. The inclusion of the Nevada deans of colleges of education in this work ensures that the policies developed are informed by cutting-edge research, teacher preparation, and the realities of Nevada educators whom we serve to prepare. At UNLV, we are already implementing models that connect our teacher preparation program with school districts, leveraging the SB 403 policy conversation to practice, which enhances the professional learning of those we support. This bill also prioritizes the professional development of educators, not as a one-time event, but as ongoing commitment to growing school cultures that support innovation and excellence. That investment is critical not only to addressing the teacher shortage, which has rightfully received much attention, but also to solving the deeper challenge of teacher retention. When educators feel supported, empowered, and part of a long-term vision, they stay. SB 403 lays the groundwork for that kind of system. We've already been positively impacted by this proposed legislation. It sparked powerful conversations among our faculty, with local educational agencies, and across our professional networks. We're actively working on ways to implement components of the bill, particularly in redesigning professional learning experiences and rethinking our pathways to preparation to align with this personalized competency-based approach. We're not waiting, we're building, and we are ready to move in step with this legislation to help lead the change Nevada's students and educators deserve. We truly thank Senator Dondero Loop for her leadership and vision in bringing forward such a powerful and timely bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Varner. Who's next in Las Vegas? Please go ahead.
Thanks. Jana Wilcox-Lavin, W-I-L-C-O-X-L-A-V-I-N, for the record. With Opportunity 180, want to say ditto to my colleague Anthony Curry. Thank you to Senator Dondero Loop, the commissioners, and the NCE team who put this work together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wilcox-Lavin. Anyone else in Las Vegas who would like to testify in support of Senate Bill 403? Seeing none, we will go to the phone lines. We'll go to the phone lines. AVH, is there anyone on the phone line who'd like to testify in support?
Thank you, Chair. To testify in support of Senate Bill 403, please press star 9 on your phone or raise hand in your Zoom window to take your place in the queue.
Hello, Madam Chair. This is Al Rojas over in Assembly District 12. I am in strong support of this bill. May I add, you haven't had mostly the people that have testified are professionals. I'm a retired electronics engineer who was educated in the public schools of the inner cities of Los Angeles. And I found that when I was in school, there were some tests that were available to do personal evaluation if I was pursuing the correct career in electronics. I strongly support this bill. I believe in public education, even though there is a threat to it at the moment. And the only thing that I didn't hear, but I didn't hear the whole presentation, was some tools for kids to do personal evaluation to see where their skills are and if they're pursuing the right career, and to get a feeling of themselves. We all know the importance of the saying is know thyself. And kids should also know thyself and make sure that they're pursuing something that is something that fits their personality. Now, I believe that the best community support law enforcement and keep kids in school, and this would be a great tool to keep our kids in school and make sure that they stay on their path for education. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next caller, please.
Good afternoon, Chair Taylor and members of the committee. Janine Collins, co-founder and chief impact officer at the Center for the Future of Learning. I'm here to express strong support for SB 403. This legislation is grounded in the portrait of a Nevada learner, a vision co-created with young people, educators, and communities across the state. In October of 2023, under the leadership of the Nevada Department of Education, the Nevada Future of Learning Network was launched to transform learning relationships, experiences, and environments in alignment with the portrait's vision. Since then, the network has engaged more than 200 educators annually across rural and urban communities. It also supports a pilot initiative focused on developing the practices and policies needed to enable competency-based learning. SB 403 includes a critical investment in the next phase of professional learning for personalized competency-based education in our state. This investment is essential. To build a system that truly serves all students, we must support research and development rooted in practice, led by the educators doing the work. Nevada's learning communities are already showing what's possible. They need support and resources to design meaningful, future-focused assessments aligned with personalized, real-world learning. This bill builds on over 2 years of statewide momentum. It lays the foundation for an agile, future-ready education system, one that reflects the hopes Nevadans hold for our young people and our collective commitment to making those hopes a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Collins. Next caller, please.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the committee. My name is Sean Parker, and I'm proud to serve alongside so many who have spoken before me as a commissioner for the Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education. I'm going to keep my testimony short by just saying ditto to so many who have spoken before me and add just one thing. The Nevada Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education is one of the few spaces in our state where elected officials, business leaders, educators, community orgs, and state agencies are actively working side by side to reimagine public education. That kind of cross-sector collaboration isn't just valuable, it's essential, and I'm excited to see that move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Next caller, please.
Chairwoman and distinguished members of the Senate Committee on Education, good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Peter Zierhut, spelled Z-I-E-R-H-U-T, and I'm here not only as a member of the Nevada Commission on Innovation and Excellence in Education, but also as a member of Haas Automation, a representative of Haas Automation, the manufacturer that's building a new factory currently in Henderson, which will ultimately employ 2,000 Nevadans. I'm here to express strong support for Senate Bill 403. SB 403 includes several key provisions that I believe will have a long-lasting and positive impact to the state. It supports the acceleration of personalized competency-based education, ensuring that students progress based on individual mastery. It also focuses on building a well-aligned system for recruiting and preparing teachers and education leaders, which I think is essential for sustaining long-term educational success across Nevada. But as someone deeply involved in manufacturing, I want to highlight what I believe is one of the most important aspects of SB 403. Its focus on strengthening next generation career pathways for all Nevada learners through a more robust career exploration. I think this is critical for manufacturing companies like Haas Automation in order to thrive and expand, and most importantly, to hire Nevadans into those high-paying skilled jobs that come with careers in modern manufacturing. By preparing students for those jobs and aligning career education with workforce needs, the bill ensures that students are not only graduating, but graduating ready with the skills, experiences, and support needed to succeed in the real world. In the interest of aligning competent graduates with the
Excuse
right
me,
jobs,
I'm
I
sorry,
urge you
sir.
to vote in favor.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Your 2 minutes are up. So would you please wrap this up, please? I'm so sorry, but
Yep,
thank
I
you.
urge you to vote in favor of SB 403. Thank you.
All right, that's wrapped up. Thank you so much. Do we have another caller, AVH?
Chair, there are no additional callers at this time.
Thank you so much. And now we'll open the hearing for anyone to testify in opposition to Senate Bill 403 here in Carson City. Seeing none and seeing no one in Las Vegas, we'll go to the phone lines, AVH. Any opposition?
To testify in opposition to Senate Bill 403, please press star 9 now to take your place in the queue. Chair, there are no callers in opposition at this time.
Thank you so much. And now we'll open it up for neutral testimony. Anyone that would like to testify neutral? Seeing no one, come forward. Anyone else who would like to testify neutral here in Carson or Las Vegas, please come forward. Ooh, careful. Careful. I'm awake now. Please go ahead when you're ready.
Hello. Chair and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Jamie Tedrinsky. I am a veteran educator.
Would you mind spelling your last name
yes.
for us, please? Thank you.
Very Polish. Tadrzyński. Let me also make sure I have the right one. Perfect. Okay. I've spent my entire career teaching in public schools, leading in career education programs and helping students, especially those from historically underserved backgrounds, build pathways towards meaningful futures. And I'm speaking in neutral because I saw the words unfunded mandate, which always causes me to kind of pause and think about what is best for my students. And this is where I'm also going to go a little bit off script and kind of talk about my experience a little bit. When we look at like career education and like the funding for it, that's oftentimes one of the first things that is cut from a school curriculum. When I taught at Valley High School in Las Vegas, when we experienced budget cuts, the first things they cut were culinary and auto shop, and those things never came back. And so I love the idea of it. I also teach in our Communities and Schools program, which helps students who traditionally fall through the cracks find their footing and figure out what they want to do with their lives. But again, when the funding is not there, that was one of the first programs cut. So this year, we're losing 2 of our coordinators, which means we're losing half of our caseload for our students at Canyon Springs High School, which is in one of the poorest zip codes in southern Nevada. All right, so I love the idea of this and the career education and providing that guidance for students. But if there's not funding in place for it, it's going to be the first thing that gets cut when those budget cuts keep coming. When we get told once again there's no money, the funding for that career education is going to be funded. They cut financial literacy before they cut calculus, right? Even though financial literacy is going to be a lot more helpful for my students.
Okay, I'm so sorry your time is up.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
you are.
thank
Please,
you
thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Anyone else here in Carson City neutral? Seeing none, anyone in Las Vegas neutral? Seeing none, we're going to the phone lines, and I am told that there's one caller that missed the in support option, so we'll go ahead and give that caller an opportunity as well. Go ahead, AVH.
Thank you, Chair. Caller, I'll go ahead and unmute you.
Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Erica Nungaray, N-U-N-G-A-R-A-Y. I am an education support professional, a parent of a child with autism, and an aunt to a gifted student. I'm here in support of Senate Bill 403. This bill would have made a real difference for my autistic son who thrives with minimal support and hands-on learning. A flexible, competency-based model would have allowed him to progress at his own pace and pursue his interest in the trades. My nephew, in a GATE program, who has chosen to go to trades instead of higher education, but our current system doesn't support students like him who seek more meaningful alternatives to college. SB 403 puts students first. It offers flexible pathways, career counseling, and real-world opportunities through business partnerships. It helps students stay engaged, improves attendance, and lets them learn through things they enjoy. But with this bill, please remember, we must fund these programs. Without the right resources, the promise of SB 403 can't be fully realized. I urge your support of SB 403 for students like my son, my nephew, and many others across Nevada. Thank you.
Thank you so much. AVH will go to neutral testimony on the phone lines if there is any.
Chair, there are no additional callers at this time.
Thank you so much. Senator Dondero Loop will allow you to come forward for any closing comments you may have.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I would just like to thank you and the committee members for hearing this bill. And I would like to thank the Nevada Department of Education, NCEE, and all our commission members for all of the hard work that has been done on this bill. And just remind all of you that as an educator for 30 years in the Clark County School District, the world has changed for our students, and new technologies have reshaped that job landscape in our communities and our societies, and we're now responsible for equipping our students to compete in a changing market. So this will help us do exactly that, and I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. We will now close the hearing for Senate Bill 403. And we will go to our work session. We will now go to our work session as the Vice Chair takes her place back here. On work session, we had scheduled 4 bills. We're actually going to do 2. There are 2 bills with pretty comprehensive amendments, and it was late notice. I want to make sure and give the committee time to review those. So we will do work session on Senate Bill 293 and on Senate Bill 444. And Alberto is here, and he will take us through. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Alberto Quintero, A-L-B-E-R-T-O, Q-U-I-N-T-E-R-O, Committee Policy Analyst. As nonpartisan staff, I cannot support or oppose a measure. The first measure for work session is Senate Bill 293, revises provisions relating to intercollegiate athletics, sponsored by Senator Lang. This bill was last heard on March 26. As introduced, Senate Bill 293 eliminates existing prohibitions on preventing student athletes from being compensated for the use of their name, image, and likeness, also known as NIL, compensating a current student for their NIL, and altering student athletes' scholarship due to compensation received for their NIL. The bill authorizes a student athlete to enter into a NIL contract with an institution or a national collegiate athletic association. The following amendments were proposed for this measure. One, by the Nevada System of Higher Education, proposes to make any contract a student athlete enters into with an institution or disclose to institution relating to the compensation for the use of the NIL of the student athlete to be confidential and not subject to public disclosure, and makes conforming changes to Nevada Revised Statutes 293-010 to align with the confidentiality of such contracts. Senator Tice proposed that donated money for NIL cannot be used to supplement other NSHE or higher education institutions' budgets.
Thank you, Mr. Quintero. Are there any questions? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain the motion to amend and do pass Senate Bill 293.
Amend and do pass, so moved, Madam Chair.
With motion by the Vice Chair, is there a second? Second by, Vice Chair Don Darrell Loop, second by Senator Danyante. We'll open it up for discussion, and I see you leaning in, Senator Titus.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate Senator Lang's being willing to accept that amendment because we were concerned, or I was, and others also, that they couldn't use the schools couldn't use that money to fill holes in their budget. However, the idea, and I've made this clear to the athletic departments, and I appreciate all of them reaching out to me, that I really, the whole NIL system paying these athletes, they're no longer student athletes, they're all professional athletes now. And I have strong concerns about that, and I'll be a no on this bill.
Thank you, Senator Titus. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor of amend and do pass for Senate Bill 293, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Nay. Let the record show that Senator Titus was a no vote. Amend and do pass, and I will assign this statement to Senator Lang. Please go ahead, Mr. Quintero.
Thank you, Chair. Alberto Quintero, Community Policy Analyst. Last bill in work session is Senate Bill 444, revises provisions concerning policies governing the use of certain electronic devices in schools. As introduced, Senate Bill 444 revises the policy concerning the use and possession of an electronic communication device by pupils. It requires the policy to include a system to rate violations of the policy by pupils on a progressive scale. The bill also requires the policy to include limitations on the use of such device during instruction and to prescribe exceptions during an emergency or crisis for instructional purposes, and if use of such device is a part of a pupil's individualized education program or plan. There is one amendment to this bill. Senator Taylor, Chair Taylor, proposes an amendment to the definition in subsection 3A of Section 1 to remove the listed examples of what the term electronic communication device includes on lines 36 and 37 of the bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Quintero. Is there any discussion? Any questions, I should say, before we take a motion? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain the motion to amend and do pass Senate Bill 444.
Amend and do pass, so moved.
Thank you so much, Madam Vice Chair Don Darrell Loop, and seconded by Senator Titus. Now, is there any discussion? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Is there any opposition? Okay, the motion is carried. Let the record show it is unanimous, and I will assign that floor statement to myself. All right. Thank you, everyone. That concludes our agenda for the day, and we will continue to, we'll have public comment, and then we will continue our work. We know we have a busy week on this week. Our last agenda item for the day is public comment. So if you would like to make public comment here to the Senate Committee on Education with regarding topics that are germane to the Committee on Education, please come forward at this time here in Carson City or in Las Vegas. I don't think we see anyone in Las Vegas, and we'll see if there's anyone on the phone line for public comment. AVH?
To provide public comment, please press *9 now to take your place in the queue.
Yeah, hello, committee. I wanted to, my last opportunity to do public comment. I wanted to address the importance of earmark funding and how it's critical to the survival of public education here in the state of Nevada and maybe other places, just because of the fact that I do believe in public education. I think it's been successful. I think one of the problems that we're missing is that we are not doing earmark funding. I just had a friend of mine, he says, hey, I'd like you to come to the school board. I see you're active in everything in the community. Why don't you ever come to school board meetings? I go, well, the problem is that there's too much misappropriation of funds because we can't tell the school boards how to spend their money, and they're spending it on all kinds of things that they shouldn't be spending on it, and he gave me several examples of that being the case. I also remember going to one meeting where former legislator Chandra Summer said restorative justice was implemented in 2019, but there was no funding for it. So I'm asking that, at least we have some earmarked funding for counseling. I think that these kids we need to keep our kids in school. The best community support law enforcement and keep kids in school. And these kids should be evaluated before they're thrown out of the educational system. I do believe in public education. I'm a degreed engineer. I've been very happy. I thank my public educators for the success that I've had in my career and in my life. And I do believe that if we don't start earmarking funding for a restorative justice, for all these other policies that are critical to public education, I don't think it's going to survive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rojas. Do we have another caller, AVH?
There are no additional callers at this time.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you, committee, for your time and your work today, and we will reconvene here on Wednesday at 1 p.m. We are adjourned.